Hey, what is up guys? So I got some footage of the new Cyber Angels in action. There's a lot of replays that I want to share with you guys. They're completely different builds, so there's going to be a lot of different ways that you guys can mess around with this new archetype. But anyways, first replay I got for you guys is going to be using the Pigeon Holding Books of Spell, or Spellbook organization is what it is called in the TCG. But anyways, this card lets you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, then you return them in any order, and that's basically gonna let you draw 3 cards for free. And you're gonna, well, I guess it's +2 because you have to use one of these. So depending on the way you look at it, it's still a huge advantage. Like, you're gonna get so much free advantage. So this card is the new Cyber Angel Dankini. So you can make your opponent send 1 monster they control to the graveyard, and then one of the cards over here, the Benton. If you ritual summon this card while using a Machine Angel ritual, and then blah blah blah. If this card is tributed, you get to add 1 light fairy type monster from your deck to your hand. So you get to search out Mayat over here. So Mayat has the effect, it can't be normal summon or set. It's got to be special summoned from your hand by sending 1 face up light dragon type monster and 1 face up light fairy monster you control to the graveyard. So in this build, that's pretty easy to do since you're playing the Heretic build, and when you tribute them with rituals, you'll get their effects. Anyways, Mayat over here has the ability to, once per turn, you get to declare 3 card names, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add the declared cards to your hand, and send all other cards revealed by this effect to the graveyard. This card's attack and defense becomes the number of cards you added to your hand by this effect times 1,000. So basically, you have to add 3 cards. This card becomes 3,000 attack, and you get 3 cards. So it's a pretty good effect. So he's going to go ahead and summon Mayat, activate the effect of the Spellbook organization. So he's going to be able to get 3 cards, all for free, essentially. I mean, he did have to summon this card, then call the cards, but it's obvious when you activate that effect. So that's pretty good. And there also is a Dark Magician card support that does work well with this. So you're going to be able to, you know, stack your deck for whatever you want. Although this will be a little bit more difficult to get in say, a Dark Magician deck. But nonetheless, he was able to pull it off, and I think that is pretty cool because no one really is playing Mayat. And it's kind of cool to see one of those, like, fan favorite cards in action, actually seeing some play. You can see he just got extra free cards. Look how many cards he has in his hand. You think he's playing some type of like FTK, OTK with the amount of free draw power that he's been getting. But anyways, he's going to be able to rank up on top of free stuff, so he's going to go ahead and activate the effect of Satellite Cannon, and unfortunately, he's going to go ahead and lose out to the Satellite Cannon. But nonetheless, it's still pretty decent to just play just different builds of this new deck, because I feel like this is almost like the new Necros. Like, when you guys see the other builds and what people are doing with this deck, you'll see it and you'll be like, wow, I really didn't expect to even see some of those things. And now with Beatrice in the TCG, we have a lot more access to more explosive plays, so to speak, with the ability to go for rank 6s, especially when you use the Heretic engine. So he's going to go ahead and attack, and he's going to happen to have the ability of the readiness, so he can just go ahead and banish it so he can survive for another turn. But he ends up getting a Cosmic Cyclone, and that's not going to really help him out in this situation, so he's just going to go ahead and he's going Preparation of Rites, the Machine Angel Ritual, and he's just going to go ahead and absolutely go off right here, and then he's going to probably activate another card, Primal Cry over here, and at that point his opponent's like, yo, you got me, man. It's already over. So here's Radiant Divine Burn Vini. So you ritual summon him with Primal Cry, and then once per turn you can reveal 1 monster in your hand, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. This turn that targets level becomes revealed monsters. And once per turn, if another monster in your hand or your side of the field is tributed, except during damage type, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So there's a lot of little free advantage that you'll be getting by using like different builds. Again, I got a lot of different builds to show you guys, so let's go ahead and jump right into that. So the next few ones are on YuGiOH Pro, so let's go ahead and jump right into them and check out some more replays of this deck in action, because like I said, there's a few different builds that I wanted to share with you guys. Some of the opponents, I will definitely say that they're not playing well. First off, this guy, I think he made a terrible choice of just Quantum Red Layer Pass, but the important part is you guys get to see the Cyber Angels and how explosive they can, because I mean, he should have at least thrown down the field spell, then, like, you know, at least made the red one, the red Exceed. I think that would have been a much better play than just make this pass. In my opinion, that's a very mediocre play, but here's the effect. Beatrice in action, and then he can go ahead and rank up into M7. M7, obviously a very good card. He can re-add back the card Advanced Ritual Art once again, and he can get so much free advantage, Ultimate Soken, and then Advanced Ritual Art set, getting a Crystal Wing, M7, and Beatrice, and a Soken in 1 turn. that is already looking like, wow, that's an explosive deck that has a lot of potential to be, meta. So I think that is really good. That this deck, it just has a lot of options. When I first saw this, I was thinking like automatically, oh, I was just gonna be like another fairy deck, right? But like people are mixing in dragons and fairies in combination, and they are all light as far as I know, unless later down the line they release some other things. I mean, heck, we have a light Blackwing in the game. Like what? But look at this guy. He's mixing in Despots. Like what? Who would have thought of that? But nonetheless, you guys again will be able to see just the power and ideas that people come up with that I think are awesome. I love it when people make things and your opponent is like, who would ever play that card? Those are my favorite types of duels, where your opponent just does not expect some of those things, and he makes a Utopia Beyond, making everything have 0 attack. He's got the Despot 3, and once he's able to boost this card's attack up even higher over here. So he's able to go ahead and finish off his opponent. But True God, Proj, and all you guys for sending this replay. Azalea, awesome replays indeed. Oh, this is actually versus Tremids. The Tremids are a new archetype. I don't know how I feel about them now. I feel like they ain't explosive enough. Like they're kind of too slow, especially when you look at the Cyber Angels. Like we haven't even gotten the Tremids, right? And then like, well, Tremids don't exactly stun too well. Like they just get a lot of field spells in the grave, then they gain extra attack. They have a decent amount of searching, but when you compare it to how explosive these Cyber Angels can be, because like you can mix in the Star Seraphs. Like there are so many different builds again that you guys can play in this, because again this card lets you just add any light fairy type monster. You can add the Star Seraphs, you can go Manju, Senju, you can go Christia, and you can go Mayot. Like the options in this deck are just awesome, and I really like where this deck is going. And it reminds me of when, like, you'd have to think to make a deck. It's not just like, oh, these are all Gladiator Beast cards. You put them all together, you make a Gladiator Beast deck. Like, there's so many different ways to play this deck, and I think it's awesome. But the one downside, I guess, with the deck is if you play too many things. Like, if you play Despots, Star Seraphs, you can open up really strange, and you might not have those options to go explosive if you just happen to draw too many cards that require other cards that are needed just for your combo pieces. But Safra over here has been always a really dirty card with Honest. If you guys don't know the very simple combo, anything attacks into Safra, you go ahead and activate Honest, and then during the end phase, if a light monster was sent where is it? The effect. If a light monster was sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard while this card was face up on the field, you can activate one of these effects. So you can add one light monster from your graveyard to your hand. So at that point, you can infinitely Honest, essentially. And that's really strong. And then you have the Herald of the Ultimateness. And at that point, most people just see the Herald. And with 4,000 defense, yeah, because, this is the Edaitan over here is going to increase everything, well, that is a ritual by 1,000 attack and defense. So you have a Herald of Ultimateness with 3k attack, which is already pretty strong. But then at 4,000 defense is just forget about it. You ain't getting over that card unless you play in some, like, Despots or something like that. But nonetheless, I really like, again, where this deck is going. I'd love to know what you guys' thoughts are on this deck right now, because, again, I just like decks that you have to, again, think, and you have, like, more explosive plays. Like, when you look at the extra deck over here, like, you'll see all of, like, well, this build over here, it just has, like, the standard stuff. But, again, like, he made an Ultimated Soken in the deck. He had Maya on the field. Like, there's so many, again, different builds that you guys can try out. And if you guys have any more explosive plays or crazier ideas, I would love to know. Especially with the Hymn of Light, you're able to protect your ritual monsters quite well, because Abzur would have blown up the field. So at this point, when you have Chair and the Scepter, it's pretty much game over for most decks, because being able to just bounce back one, destroy one, because the Star Seraph and then the extra draw. I mean, like, look how many cards this guy has. He still has Preparation of Rites. Like, he's going to end up with so many cards that he would have to discard cards during the end phase. If this isn't already looking pretty good, then I don't know, man. I was a Kamen Rider, man. Get wrecked. Now we have it versus the Blue Eyes. So the new Blue Eyes stuff, it has been doing okay in the OCG. I don't know if you guys follow the OCG, but there's been a few Blue Eyes decks here and there. Overall, their ban list, of course, is going to be different than ours. They happen to have triple bottomless. So, Pendulums, they are a little bit more in check, so to speak, over there, because when you Pendulum for a bunch of monsters, you get bottomless, warning, notice, any Solemn Strike, you basically lose, like, for the most part. Like, there's very little comebacks, and you can see he has the Gospel Revival to keep his cards alive, and then this guy also has the card Machine Angel Ritual, and in addition to that, the Hymn of Light. Those can both protect your monsters. So that's really good to be able to protect your monsters. And again, he's just going to go ahead and go off over here. And then an error occurs, but we already know it's game over at that point. Pretty good stuff indeed. And lastly, we have the Duel Against Zombies. This one, I feel like this guy's playing like an older zombie deck, because he doesn't have like that many cards in the actor. But again, it's just to show off that the Cyber Angels, they're just really explosive, and just with like malicious, you're able to do certain things, and I thought that was kind of cool. Now, what's funny is Zombie World does kind of wreck a lot of decks, because like it makes it so like everything becomes a zombie. So like if certain things require you to have like a zombie on board to boost or to do whatever, it's like if you control a certain type of monster, you can special summon this or whatever the case may be. This makes everything zombies, and then like Monarchs used to lose to this card a lot of just random decks. I think Magispectors, I think they tribute as well, so, well, I mean, technically they're not going to really tribute, for a tribute summon, they're going to just tribute via card effect. I didn't know that sometimes you can tribute the cards, but, for the most part, that's not going to completely shut down Magispectors, but, you know, if they tribute for, like, one of their Kirans or something like that, more than likely they're going to Pendulum for it anyways. But, nonetheless, I'm just trying to give you guys the idea that it can shut down certain things. But looking pretty good, this Cyber Angel deck. Like, they can Synchro, they can Exceed. I just like where this deck is going. It's a Ritual deck. Pretty awesome stuff. Thanks for everyone that sent out the replays. Also, real quick, guys, we are actually doing a poll via the YuGiOH Amino app. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll link it down below in the description box. It's an application. It's a free app, by the way. And what we're going to be doing, I'll be doing a giveaway on a Steam game. But we have a poll going right now. It's what's your favorite type of extra deck cards? So like, do you like Synchros, XYZs, and Fusions? The reason why I'm asking you guys for this, it's just really easy to do this because, again, if you just watch, I'll link this video so you guys can fully understand like YuGiOH Amino if you guys don't know what it is already. It's an awesome application. Again, it's all free, and it just makes it easier for you guys to vote on like a poll. So what I'm going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be making a video on like the Synchros, XYZs, or Fusions, or Pendulums, because I just want to know what is your favorite type of extra deck cards, and we're going to be making a video on that. And if you guys want to vote and participate in that, yeah, I'll be doing also a giveaway. I'll be giving away a Steam game via people that vote on this. And like I said, it's completely free. If you guys want to learn more about YuGiOH Amino, it is Duel Amino for YuGiOH. It's a application. And yeah, if you guys want to check out the full video, I'll link down below in the description box. But yeah, let me know what your favorite, if you guys want to in this video, I guess you can let me know. But I'm going to be using this poll to make my video on it so I can see which ones you guys like the most. And then I'll be making a video, whether it's Synchro, Exceed, Fusion, Pendulum. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts also on the Cyber Angels. I'm feeling like they're really, really good right now, and they have a lot more potential in the future. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.